And welcome back to Death Rally Classic Edition. This is our third episode in Retro Review. Thanks for coming back out, guys. If you saw the first couple and you're returning, we're here to cause a little mayhem, to have a little fun, and just generally have a good time. So, without further ado, let's jump in, shall we? We're going to give some repairs here, and for those of you who aren't familiar with the game, it's a top-down racer that came out of, I think it was 92, 93, something like that. And it's just super fun. You get some guns, you mess up some people, it's a good time. We have ourselves here our little Camaro type car, which is kind of middle of the road. And our job here is to drive around, kill as many people as possible, get in first, and make some money. I am completely outclassed here. All three of these vehicles are Porsches, at least. Well, they're not actually Porsches. Of course, they wouldn't put in names like that. You know, copyright and all that sort of hubbub. But they are definitely much faster than me. This is not a great start. And this is our first lesson of the day when it comes to this game. When you're about to jump into a race, don't just blindly jump in. It never hurts to wait for the list to maybe auto-populate a little. And then you could see exactly who you're going to be up against. So if I had a scene that these three people would have came in this race and, you know, been a little more patient, well, I wouldn't be in, what's this, 4th place, dead last? Yeah, thought so. And, damn it, Motor Mary is hurting a little. I'm going to use my turbo to try to catch up a little here. Maybe I'll be able to take somebody out. Oh, I think he got a mushroom. I think that's what happened. See, I don't need mushrooms. I don't need drugs for this. I suck enough all by my lonesome. I might be able to take him out, though. He doesn't have much life left. Oh, no, this isn't going to happen. I'm going to lose. Oh, yeah. See? This is me losing, guys. That's what this is. So, lesson learned. And the hardest lessons are usually the ones where you just come in last place. So, let's see what we're working with here. I'm pretty sure my little race manager dude is going to yell at me, because I would yell at me if I came in last. That's fine, though. I don't think I should be... Yep, see, there you go. Death Rally is for winners. You totally lost this race. All the bonus money you collected on the way, they're null and void. So, even if I had have gotten or killed everyone or something like that, or... Well, if you killed everyone, you wouldn't be in last, but it just... You get nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Zilch. Nada. Not... Nix. I don't know what is Nix a thing, guys? Anyone has anyone ever used Nix? Luckily I didn't take too much damage, so I mean that's a good thing. But why don't we... I'm not going to waste my money right now. These are the big long tracks. So what we're going to do here is we're going to wait a second. We're going to wait for them to auto-populate a little bit. And yeah, wow. Number 4, Nasty Neck. I don't think so. I'm not doing that. So we're going to jump in the bottom end, and we're going to wreck some people. And this is a little bit of an open-ended track, so I don't have too many upgrades right now. So that might be all right. We might do all right. What we're against here, the little truck. If you were watching the last episode, we had the truck. And you know what? That's like my favorite car in this. Oh, someone has mines. I hate people with mines in this game. The computer, when I'm not even paying. I got to stop sucking. That's just something I gotta stop doing right now if I want any part of this to be salvageable. Oh, if I was smart, I'd just cut that last race altogether. But hey, I'll get $750 out of this. I don't know, maybe some armor or some tires or something. I'll get something out of it, and every little bit helps. Wrenches are always a great thing to pick up on these tracks. Oh, gotta get back into the swing. This is my first recording session of the day. And it's actually been a day or two since I've recorded anything. I tend to go in batches when I get the opportunity. So I'm a little rusty on the monologuing. Mind you, I'm not great on the monologuing to begin with. I'm still getting my heels wet. So we're just working on it day by day by day. And then, oh, there's a friend of mine playing some Street Fighter. I'm going to have to check that out. I haven't had a really good fighting game that, you know, I've fallen in love with in a while. Some of my favorites... We're definitely... I'm going to say, in the PlayStation era, Tekken 3 was one of my favorite, just like, 1 versus 1 sort of fighter games. I liked the Mortal Kombat series when it was in its infancy. Mortal Kombat 1 2 and 3 and 3 Ultimate and stuff like that. I had all that for Sega Genesis. And that was just fantastic. I loved it. I love that era of gaming. I love the era of cartridge gaming. We're going to go into this again. We're going to... Oh, yeah. Yep, we're going to get some extra money here, y'all. That's happening. So, like I was saying, that was the cartridge gaming era was just one of my favorites. And I was actually watching a podcast lately, and it was a bunch of guys, and they were arguing the merits of, you know, retro gaming versus modern gaming. And you get stuff like, you know, Bloodborne and all that sort of foolishness, and you know, the loading times, there's just obscene amounts of loading times. Stop doing that. Oh yeah, you're gonna just go ahead and die. Yeah, there we go. And if I could find any more ammo, I think we're gonna be able to mess these people up. Oh yeah, we got this in the bag. Yep. So, like they were saying, the era of non-loading games, it's really up. It's over, right? And these huge games. But the big argument was, you could do so much in the games now. You can't just simply hope to run a game off flash memory, like the old cartridge. That's why the old cartridges really didn't have loading times. It was all flash memories. And it wasn't until you started getting into like the N64 and the PlayStation era, in which the games were getting too large for any sort of flash memory whatsoever, that you started seeing loading times. And so loading times crept up. There we go. There's an extra $3,000. I am one grateful Reaper driver. More car corpses for my domain. You are my sweetest minion. Your dead serious dedication has earned you a parking space among my horsemen. A bonus of $3,000 to you, horse-powered serial auto killer. Wow, my main man. I didn't know there was that much smoke in the whole burning hell, and through it all, bearing gifts like some blessed beast, you came. And this is prime stuff. $6,000 to you. And this is why taking those little races sometimes are just worth it, because even though it hurt me, I still got $9,000 out of it. That's going to give me, I think tires are a must right now, and I'm going to take an engine as well. That's all I could do for this moment. But we're going to jump into the next race. And you know what? I'm feeling spikes today. You thinking spikes? I'm going to do spikes. And I'm going to do sabotage. What do you think? We're going to see who shows up in Pagoda. Mad Mac. Mad Mac drives a Porsche. So we're not doing that. 41%. That's a significant amount of sabotage right there. And basically, if you look down, he's the black guy at the very bottom. He's in third pole position. And he is missing half his health right off the bat. So we're just going to shoot the shit out of him. Ooh, and there's a big money. Big money, no whammies. Stop. Actually, you don't want to stop. This is a racing game. That's an awful idea. So, he's going to die. Like, that's just happening. If I can get my hands on him. There he is. And he's dead. So, let's move on to you. You and the bug. Yep. Oh, that hurt you. If I can get rid of this one. And then I could use some, actually, here we go. Yep. I'm going to shoot the shit out of you. I was suggested to maybe stop being so polite. I've been grabbing some feedback from friends and, you know, the very few subs I have at present. And basically they're all telling me from what they know of me, I am being not me on the channel. So I'm going to look to resolve that, at least just a little bit. I'm going to try and be a little more honest. Oh, there we go. First place. So I didn't get to kill him. I really wanted to kill him, but you know what? Sometimes, especially in the first gen of raids, or the first iteration of those, is there we go. Extra $3,000. Loves it. It's only 3 or 4 laps or something like that, so it's really just you have to take what you can get. It's a lot harder to kill someone in that time frame. You know, we're just going to keep investing here. Snake Alley, Motor Mary. Oh, no. Nasty Nick. Oh, fourth? Really? Man, you guys suck. Well, I'm going to try and keep him back a little. And then hopefully he's... Oh, yeah, he's going to unload on somebody there. Motor Mary could use to be unloaded on. That's for sure. giggity. I'm sorry. That's stealing. That's stealing material. I don't want to be doing. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be reusing other people's stuff. But I mean, come on. What am I supposed to say when something has a sexual undertone, right? Can you think of something better? I can't think of anything better right now. Why aren't you shooting at her, man? Like, what are you... Oh, I hate you. All right, well, I'm just going to have to kill you then. I mean, that's just going to have to happen. You're going to have to die a horrible, painful death. And I mean, this happened before. I think it was Mad Mac. He drives a green Porsche, I think. You probably know him. He's probably like a buddy of yours. You probably hang out wearing like your Porsche hats at the Porsche Owners Club. I don't know. You guys remember that episode of Friends where like Joey was like faking that he owned a Porsche, and then like the guy who kept parking it like was from out of town, and then by the end he just like had a bunch of boxes in like a Porsche car cover and wore like a fanny pack and stuff. It was hilarious. That is something, actually, I never watched it until I married my wife. And then she was like, "You've never watched Friends?" And we went through it. And, you know, it's pretty good. It's not bad, I'm going to say. The era of 90s TVs, I was too into gaming in the 90s to watch any TV. And, you know, my old man just watched Star Trek all the time anyways, to tell you the God's honest truth. So, I mean, oh, man, this sucks. He's so close to being dead. I just need some clear shots on him. No, I'm not going to get it. I don't have enough of anything. Free time. I don't have enough. Well, I have enough free time. That's why I'm doing this. If I didn't have enough free time, I wouldn't be recording this at all. You'd think I think maybe our first couple episodes had me spoiled because we got to jump up. We skipped the Cavalier altogether, and we jumped right into the big leagues. And that being said, I mean, it does take away a little bit from the game. I am out of money. Well, shit. Let's, you know what? It was because I was wasting all my money on the spikes and sabotage and stuff like that. And I'm not in a position there. I need more upgrades. So, you know what we're going to do about it? We're going to kill some people. Some people going to die? That's what's happening. I'm just going to unload on, you know, if I could drive. Oh, wow. See? That's what I love about this game. Like, you could do some real damage. I don't know. Maybe I'll hit this guy into the wall a bit. There we go. And then I'm just gonna... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And then there's your AI pathing right there. It gets a little sloppy past a certain point. If you manage to spin around, they tend to just spin around for a while. That's just kind of a thing they do. I really gotta have a look at the... Oh, I'm trying to get these wrenches if you're wondering what I'm doing. Yeah, that's how concerned I am about this. I need the wrenches because... Oh, man. I really want this guy to die. I could really use the money. You know what? Oh, yeah. Super. There. Bam. Yeah. That's what? 3 grand? Extra 3 grand right there. And I got... What was it? What did you say, about 12%? I probably lost it when I started ramming them. Ramming, if you don't have the spikes, really takes it out of you pretty quickly. Hitting that, the truth. There we go. There's an extra 3 grand. And that gets us back up there. And can we still can't afford anything. We almost get our next set of tires. Tires are a phenomenal thing in this game. You really need them. Clint West. Clint West. Is Clint West number 8? I'm going to say he's in a Porsche. I'm going to say he is a Porsche Dre. No. No, he's not. Sweet. So, I have to only battle another Corvette driver. So, I'm going to let these people shoot it out a bit. And you see what I mean there? My turning is pretty shady at best. So we're going to go ahead and next episode we're going to invest in those tires. Hopefully I could take this guy out. Now you got to be careful, right? Like I don't know if I've talked about it before, but a big problem with this game is any combat game. I found it was a thing that happened in 20%. I give him 20% back off that. That's awful. All right, y'all, we're winning this on racing skill alone. or whatever minimal amount of that I seem to have. So I find it's the same problem. Like, once you're in front, it's not so bad because the only thing you're concentrating on is your line, right? It was the same way in, like, Gran Turismo and stuff like that. I remember I really started to notice it in Gran Turismo is when, you know, I'd be racing and stuff, and I knew if I had an inferior car, I'd try and pit people, right? And for anyone who's watched Cops, the pit maneuver, or I don't know what they call it in my country, but if it's the same thing, I don't know. I'd assume it's a lot of cross-training between the two. If you're wondering, I live in the Great White North. I am Canadian, both born and raised. I enjoyed here. We actually don't have too much snow this winter. My version of too much snow, well, I don't know. Last year it was up to my kitchen window. My kitchen window's probably, what's above chest height? And I'm your average size, like sort of 6-foot dude. So I mean, anyways, it was up to my back kitchen window, and that was obscene. I had to go away for work for a while, and I left my wife alone. Oh man, it was bad. It was a rough year last year. This is not something I would have had the time to do last year. That's for certain. But anyways, back to the game. I remember where this tangent has taken me off to. Is I'd try and if I knew I had a worse car in Gran Turismo, in the original Gran Turismo, I'd just try and like bam and hit them off the road, right? And if you came up on the inside of them, you could hit their back tires at just the perfect place, and off they'd go, man. And then that would give you a good, like, 4-second on them. And that's quite the commanding lead. I mean, it really is. But prior to the plate, see, I'm not doing that. I'm not, see that lineup in the $3,000 one? That's not something I want to be part of. So, when I was doing it in Mario Kart was the other one, because Mario Kart, yeah, it's it's kind of your closest comparison, because mines, really? Oh, you all have mines, do you? All right, no, I don't want to do this. You and Bogus Bill and what's her nut? Actually, you know what? You could die. That's fine. It's not even fair at this point. I'll just win. I'll just lap him. A first place is a first place is a first place. Am I right? I mean, it's only worth $750. But hey, that can buy me enough to just kind of work on whatever next piece of equipment I get. 24% damage isn't great, but back to Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. It was one of my favorite games for the Super. I never actually owned a Super, so this was all like secondhand playing, right? I mean, I was at a friend's place or so on and so forth, rainy days, all that sort of shit. And if you focus too much on the other person or trying to take the other person out, you'd get distracted, you'd hit the curb, you'd hit the stupid posts that are all over the place in that game. I mean, it would just be an awful, awful sight. So I learned early to try not to focus. But you know what? You've already seen me do it. What, like 2, 3? Oh, there you go. Extra $3,000. It's all worth it. What do you think? Tires? Yeah, we're just going to take the tires. Because you know what? You can't go wrong with tires. Borneo. Do we want to race in Borneo? I don't. I hate these tracks. Like, I mean, they're okay, but they're kind of a pain in the bag, right? I mean, I find they're a little more boring. I'm just gonna go here. Dark Rider. He's in a Vets or Camaro. I'm just gonna call them Vets. They look like a Vet from the top, Camaro from pictures. So, Dark Rider and Levi's. I'm gonna let these guys kind of battle it out. This is always your best bet, is to let them. Well, here I am going back on my advice here, but your best bet is to let them blow their ammo usually. But that guy in the black car was just a little too painfully slow for me, so I didn't really want to wait for it. Dark Rider, you kind of suck a little, so I'm going to hit you into the sides. Plus, he still has a full complement of ammo, so I want him to use that up before anything goes bad. And you see that that really hurt the both of them a significant amount. So what we're going to do is he picked up some ammo. We want him to waste that again. And, you know, I think that there's a very large chance that we can get rid of both of these Vets here. And I missed that. Into the rocks. The rocks always do max damage. If you're trying to ram someone, get them into the rocks. That'll do it for you. And at this point, I don't want anything but first place in this race. It's final lap, so I'm going to cut him off again. There we go. Levice, you're toast. And I'm not losing to you, you son of a bitch. Yep, that's right. Get lost. And he has too much health to worry about, so we're just going to take first. 70% damage. That's pretty extreme. But you know what? Anything under 80 or 90%, I'm willing to work with. To tell you the truth, there we go. We got $4,300. We got the $1,300 bonus income. That's from the big dollar sign. And oh yeah, ouch. Oh god, that was a big bill. What else? We're not falling into that traffic again. Oasis is good. This is like Hell Mountain or I think Palm Slides or whatever it is. It's another really tight short track that usually ensures max damage on anything that's going on. So I'm going to take third place. Oh, this is perfect. We really should be able to take these people out, and none of them are too fast for me. I mean, they're all in Cavaliers. And we all know how much we like Cavaliers, right? These aren't even like the 95 Cavaliers were like a plague in themselves. But this is a beforehand. This is why 95 Cavaliers were everywhere, you know? And it's, oh yeah, wow, look at you. Oh man, it's phenomenal. You need to die a little faster. And that's what I'm talking about. These little maps, man, they really go the distance when it comes to... That guy had a mushroom. So he had a mushroom lunch, and that goes to do quite a bit. So we're going to grab some money. And a bullet power-up would go a long way at this point. One bullet power-up, you know, just like a quarter of my ammo in there or something maybe. And oh, man. Oh, this is bad. 86. So once you get to 80% damage, they start giving you warnings. Oh, man. 97% damage. So I'm hoping that my Reaper bonus there, so that's $3,000. We might get, there we go, there's another, so that's 6 in total. 6 in total, and that leaves us 6, so there we go. Our armor is most expensive, but you know what? The engine is gonna do it for us. And we're going to, I think we're gonna pull one more race out. Rock Zone. You know, we come in first again. We're going to get the third. We're going to get the $3,000 for the 3 wins in a row. And if we could take these people out, we're going to get the initial Reaper $3,000, and that should put us up and over for our armor. So if we play this right, this can work for us. Bogus Bill usually has... Yeah, there we go. Someone has mines. It might be McDare as well. Oh, or a couple people have mines. That's all good too. So you got to be effective on this. I really want to use all of my ammo super effectively. So, oh, you have mines. I don't like people with mines. We've been over this. My car is much, much more expensive than your car, and I do not wish to be dealing with your mines. So we're just going to try and take you out as quickly as possible. I mean, the mines do serve a purpose, though. So, I mean, this is going to be tight, guys. Getting him all sorts of dead is going to be important. So, oh, Bogus Bill is here. So we're going to go ahead and take Bogus Bill out. If we could take Bogus Bill out before... There we go. And if McDare is still down here because of awful AI pathing, that's right. And then there we go. There's our Reaper bonus. There's our 3 wins in a row bonus. And that will net us a total of 6,750, not counting any money that we would have picked up. So there's, oh, no, 3,800. 6,800. There we go. There we go. Bam. And, oh, we're so close. So close. All right. Well, you know, we're going to call it for this episode, guys. If you like what you see, this is all part of the 3D Realms anthology pack that came out on Steam. It's a definite good buy. I mean, it's a pretty penny, but if you wait for it to go on sale, it could totally be worth it. And you know what? All these games are so easy to emulate now in DOSBox and things like that, and you can get them for free. but you're paying for the convenience of Steam. You're paying for the convenience of not having to find the program on a torrent site. You're paying for the convenience of not having to set up DOSBox and just running it straight out of your Steam library. You have it forever now. As soon as you have it on Steam, you have it forever. So, and that's really what you're paying for all these old games, and that's why I do it. So, if you like what you see, slap the like button. Any comments, anything you guys want to see me play, or any thoughts on the series or the next, or what you want the next series, leave me a comment. And if you want to see what comes out day to day, hit the sub button. And you know what? All I got for you guys is thanks for coming out. Thanks for visiting us here in the den. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.